Man, it's going to be tough watching this team for the home stretch of the season. It's going to be a long end of the season while we all wait for it to get to April, really May, which is when we get to see the NBA draft lottery because, yeah, it's tough watching this team. Now, don't get me wrong, they're still better than I had expected on the whole because the guys play hard, they bring lots of energy, they have some talent, but yeah, I mean, this is what happens when you overhaul a roster, throw a bunch of new guys in the system mid-season. You're going to get a team that is disjointed, disconnected, lost at times for lack of a better word. I mean, losing to the Nets without Michael Porter Jr., Jemin. I know the Bulls are without Giddey, still without Trey Jones and Jalen Smith as well, but you would have thought that this was probably going to be one of those games that they win. The Nets were 14-37 going into tonight, and the Bulls, again, with this new look team, just like we saw against Denver, looked gassed towards the end of it and could not close out this game. They actually fell behind by as many as 15 points in the third quarter and then went on a 16-2 run to close it out to actually take the lead at one point, but as we got to the midway point in the fourth, just more and more turnovers, missed defensive assignments where guys were being left wide open under the basket. Again, a sign that the team hasn't played together long enough, hasn't practiced much together, but even still, you're a professional basketball team. You've got professional basketball players on your roster. How do you get that lost on defense and just let guys blow by you with zero help defense? But anyway, the Bulls only had 20 assists in this game. The ball movement, I mean, they tried anyway. It wasn't like they were just playing in the half court where the ball was sticking and you just saw a bunch of isolation plays. No, they just turned the ball over a lot with bad passes or couldn't convert on shots because they were heavily contested. 18 turnovers in total for the Bulls. They shot 44% from the field, 10 for 36 from three. The Nets, once again, seems like they just torch the Bulls behind the arc and have their best shooting nights when going up against Chicago. They shot 48% from three. The Bulls definitely need Josh Giddey back in that regard. Someone to lead the offense, be that floor general and facilitator that they need because the offense right now is just all out of sorts. What bothered me about this game, I'm talking about Billy Donovan here, is that both Colin Sexton and Anthony Simons, who played okay, they tallied more minutes than Modest Bucelis, Jaden Ivey, and Rob Dillingham. 34 minutes for Simons, 32 minutes for Sexton, while Modest and Ivey got 26 and 24 minutes respectively. And look, I know they didn't have the best games. I know Modest in particular really struggled to finish at the rim given the Nets' length and interior defense. Ivey's shooting was meh, but as I said before, the rest of the season means nothing. It sucks that we've gotten to this point, but the rest of the season does mean nothing. The main things this team should be focused on for the rest of the year is giving Modest Bucelis, Jaden Ivey, and Rob Dillingham as much opportunity as possible. Doesn't matter if you win or lose. The rest of the season is all about seeing what you have with these guys, especially Ivey, who's due for an extension, so you have to take a hard assessment to see how much he's going to be worth from a contract perspective. There should be absolutely no reason why Simons and Sexton, both players who, I would hope anyway, aren't going to be part of this Bulls team long term and likely not even on the roster at the start of next season. You're not even trying to win, even though, as I've said before, Billy Donovan is always going to try and win, which is what makes tanking all the more frustrating because Billy isn't going to position this team to tank, nor is he going to let the younger players go out there and make mistakes. Jaden Ivey, I won't lie, his speed and explosiveness does have me a bit worried. He just does not look like the player we saw last season before his recent injury. He does seem a bit more timid when making strong drives to the basket, and his shooting release just looks a little off. But you know what? I don't care. I want to see him play. I want to see him get more run, get more shots up to see what we have with this kid. He still managed to score 13 points, got to the foul line quite a few times, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, had 3 steals and a block. His defense actually has been better than I expected. I mean, he was ranked one of the worst defenders in the league prior to the trade. He at least has active hands and tries on that end of the floor. Rob Dillingham, man, had a career high 7 rebounds tonight. Had some nice drives and moves to the cup. I want to see more of him. And I got to be honest, when Giddey and Trey Jones come back, I feel like those minutes are going to go down even further. He is very small, though. Like, when you see him out there on the court next to all these other guys, especially the Nets, who are a big team, he just looks tiny. And that does make me a little concerned that he's going to be a viable NBA player in the future because of how small he is. But hey, this is the time to develop him. Have him work on his handles, work on his jump shot, his court vision, all of it. Perfect time to learn and experiment in a season where there is little pressure to win. And then Modest has got to be better. I think he knows that just based on the things he said to the media. He's got to be smarter with some of his shot selection. He's got to be more locked in defensively, especially when it comes to playing off the ball. He has consistently been missing defensive assignments where he loses his man because he's focused. He's looking too much on the ball. Got to work on that lateral quickness. I love that he has the length and timing ability to recover and block shots. It's what he's best at. But stay in front of your man and don't leave yourself open to getting blown by on a drive. But even still, more run, more minutes, more possessions, get him the ball more. The benching him to send him a message days are gone for the rest of the season. I'm all for coaching a player hard, benching them when they make mistakes when you're trying to compete and win. The Bulls have signaled they're not doing that anymore. And Modest is one of the core pieces of your future. There should never be a scenario where guys who aren't going to be here are getting more minutes than he is, period. Now, maybe they're trying to, give Simons and Sexton, they're trying to up their value to potentially execute a sign and trade this summer, but I just don't see that being likely, as I don't think there's going to be that much interest on the free agency market for either of these players, not only just signing them outright, but let alone trading away assets for them in a sign and trade deal. So yes, Billy Donovan, stop the nonsense, play the guys that you're really trying to evaluate as part of your young core pieces for the future. Get them the necessary experience that they need, and if it leads to winning games, okay, great. If it doesn't lead to winning games, whatever. You're getting a chance at a higher pick. So anyway, not a good game. The Bulls have now lost 5 in a row, 8 of their last 9. They're now 6 games below 500, the furthest they've been below 500 all season. They've got one more game before the All-Star break, which they desperately need, not the game, but the actual break itself, even just to get all these guys, new guys, some practice and time together. Let me know what you guys thought of this game, though. Let me know in the comments. As always, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.